Hey everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a little while since I've uploaded a video on my YouTube channel, so I figured this would be the good time to do it. It's actually nice out today. Well, the past few hours it's been storming and it looks pretty nice out. Not so hot, which is always good, especially here. It's been getting hot lately with this humidity and these summertime temperatures. It's been in the low 90s and humidity has been crazy, but I wanted to get on here, make an announcement that we are leaving Southwest Florida. We're gonna go back, move to Missouri. It's a town called Rogersville, just right outside of Springfield. It took a lot of discussion with me and my wife, especially for my health. My symptoms have progressed some, especially with my flare-ups and my Chiari headaches, especially in this heat and the constant pressure changes. The pressure is always so high over here. So I know this past winter when we had those cold fronts, I love it when it's cold out, but the pressure that came with it, how it was up and down so many times during that month period, my flare-up was really bad. And that's when I started thinking, man, this is just the beginning, because I know how it's going to get in the summer, especially with the nightly storms that we always get here. I always do better in other climates. I've done well in Missouri. When we went over there, it was 2 years ago for Halloween. It was so nice. I was like in the 50s, 60s, and I actually had more energy. I still have I had my symptoms, but it wasn't so severe like here. I had more energy to, go out with my wife and kids and her family and, walk around without, getting too bad. Or the only issue I had there was my lower back that I could barely walk, but that was a couple months after my infection. So, it's a hard decision to do. I have family here, but I'm gonna be 41 next month. And I feel like the past 6 years has been nothing but a fight with my health. Sorry. All right. It's been quite a battle with my health, since first being diagnosed, and then everything that just spiraled, especially after my surgery with all the issues I had afterwards. And like my current neurosurgeon, Dr. Farvar, he's a great neurosurgeon. He's done everything that he can for me, but I feel like it's not the end of the road for me. I feel like there's something that can be done with my neck, so I want to get second or third opinion. And my wife found a neurosurgeon in Springfield. He has great reviews. And I asked the Chiari groups if anyone has heard of him. He says he knows about Chiari and other spine issues. For the Chiari point, I'm not getting another surgery, even though there's scar tissue building up. I just don't want to be opened up again and have to deal with that again, unless it's like an actual emergency. But as of right now, everything looks stable. So my main focus is my neck. My C2, C3 area is really bad. I was supposed to get a ablation, but the paperwork took too long to get to the pain management doctor, and then you have to make the appointment first, and you have to schedule it out. And I didn't want to have it done before we move and affect us moving, and I didn't want to have that pain from it right after. So I'll hold off on that till I get over there. And I found a pain management doctor over there too, so hopefully maybe they could help me with the nerve ablation. I know there's a place in St. Louis that people go to as well, and I want to go there possibly to get a third opinion from the doctors there, because I know they have some advanced imaging. With my C2, C3 area, it has progressed some. I could tell symptom-wise, which I haven't really said nothing to anyone about, because I wanted to make sure that, it was just nothing, Chiari related, or just whatever, we get some crazy symptoms. One of the main symptoms I'm getting is the chest pain, especially around this region. I know my Dr. Farvar told me that that was a symptom of my C2, C3 area with the nerve being compressed. I've had my heart checked out a lot, especially recently when I went to the hospital. Nothing's wrong with my heart. It's so that sometimes bothers me. Also, I know this doesn't relate to my neck, but my memory's been bad. I've had that issue after my car accident, but for some reason here as a past, I want to say month maybe, it's gotten worse for some reason, and I don't know why. I'm forgetting the days of the week. Last week I forgot so many days. I had to keep asking my wife what day it is. I even forgot trash day, and my wife always laughs at me because I always take out the trash around 3 o'clock and I put it on the side of the road, and I'm like the first one to do it. But I don't know, so that's just, I think I've always done that. But when I got out that morning, I was like, wait, today was trash day? Because you see all the neighbors with the trash out. And she goes, yeah, it's trash day. She goes, you didn't remember? I was like, I actually honestly forgot. I thought it was, I told her, I thought it was Thursday, and, I beat myself up for it. I don't like forgetting stuff. It's also gotten to the point where I'm forgetting my meds. Like, I'll take one and then I'll question myself an hour later, did I actually take it or not? I don't remember taking my meds anymore. One time I thought, my 4 o'clock doses, I was like, well, I think I took my Flexerol, and I actually took it, and then I took it again. And the reason how I found out I took it again, I got really drowsy around 5 o'clock. It was right before dinner, and I was yawning nonstop. My wife's like, why are you so tired? Because she notices every little thing that's different that I do. And I was like, I think I may have taken 2 doses, and it's happened. I haven't taken 2 doses since then, but it's been to the point where I forget my medications, and I don't know if I've taken them or not. So when that happens, I just like, well, maybe I did take it, so I'm not going to chance it again. So she's actually taken over and been dispensing my medications for me at the time. She even made alarms on her phone to each hour, and then when I hear her phone go off, she goes gets my meds. Last night, for instance, I said I'm gonna go take my heart medicine, and I actually never did. And I was like, man, did I? She goes, I heard you said you're gonna take your meds. Like, yeah, I remember saying that, but I don't think I took it. So I was like, I think it'd be best to let her handle it. It's the memory. It just sometimes I just tend to forget. I don't like it. So I want to get that addressed, get an opinion on that too, because maybe get more imaging done, because I haven't had a full brain MRI in I think a year or two. And I had my cervical one, it shows, the lower part of your brain, like where your tonsils are at. But, I want to get a full brain scan just to be safe. But, I think I'll do better in that climate over there, because it actually has 4 seasons. But the main thing is getting my health, trying to get back, try to take back some of my life. Like I said, I'm going to be 41, and I want to be able to enjoy, life while I can, and just get some more help. Even if they say, hey, it's rather we not touch your neck because of my risk, but one of those specialists might be able to help me and do a less invasive, and I might won't get as much neck pain, and maybe it'll bring my flare-ups down again, because when I get them, they're really intense. It's really uncomfortable. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I know we're gonna leave the first week of June, which is coming up soon. It's gonna be, I think we're gonna leave June 4th. We're not driving straight through. I won't be able to handle that. So we're gonna have to split the drive up and stay at a hotel. I remember the last time we drove straight through, it's a long drive, and especially with children, and then me having to stop every so often, and my headaches were horrible, and I'm gonna try to avoid that. I think what I'm actually gonna do is, because I'm gonna be driving the truck, so I think I'm gonna get a little stand Have my my iPad with me, and I want to live stream on TikTok the whole journey there, to to make it how it is to deal with several chronic illnesses, and do a big move to another state, just to keep my mind preoccupied. I'm not going to be sitting on there reading comments while I'm driving, but I think it'll be fun, just to live stream that part of my journey on TikTok. I think that'd be pretty cool. I've been wanting to do live streaming on TikTok for a while now. So I kind of want to do it maybe like once a week, just talk to everyone that has Chiari or any other chronic illnesses, just like a kickback. We could just share our experiences, give advice, tips, and just, talk about anything. Be no judgment zone, no negativity. Just want everyone to, have a safe space, and do that. So, so I've been wanting, we got a nice place. It's a brand new place, hopefully I could get back on track and get some more answers about my health, before things get out of control. Because I know if my C2, C3 progress, it could become bad and become an emergency. And I don't want to get to that point down here. And I know my children, they hate seeing me suffering. And when I have my flare-ups on the couch, I want to be able to enjoy more things with them and be able to go out. Once it's summertime here, I can't last outside long. It's just too much for me. It's too hot, the humidity, it just feels soupy. For people that live here in Florida, that this heat affects them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I wanted to just get on here, tell everyone that, and it'll be a new chapter. We'll be coming back to Florida to visit family. I have, my oldest daughter here with my grandson. It'll be nice. I don't want them to think that I'm just leaving them and forgetting them. I'll always be here. So, it's a hard decision to make, but I gotta look out for my health too. I'm not getting any better. So I just want to thank everyone for the support that you guys have been giving me with my content. I hope you guys like it. I know I'm changing some things around with my content. I'm doing new things with everything. Like I'm trying to acting like I'm a movie director and making like a film about Chiari awareness. I like the haunted horror Chiari stuff. I've always loved horror, so I'm adding my twist and being creative. It seems to be working. I'm getting more people that open up and share their experience with me. That's the whole point why I'm doing this, to reach people that may feel alone. So, I appreciate you guys all the time. But that's it. I want to get back in the house, because it's nice out, but it's getting a little muggy out here, and the mosquitoes are attacking my legs. But and if you guys have any tips or suggestions about any other doctors in Missouri, the Springfield area, that you guys see that live, I know there's a couple of you guys that live in Springfield. Give me the feedback about what doctors you see, and if if I have to go out of that state, in that area, to go north of Missouri, I know there's a couple of specialists around that area too. So if you guys know anyone, especially that deals with Chiari or cervical spine issues, especially with my disc compressing, almost about to compress my spinal cord. But leave your suggestions and comments below, and thank you guys for your support. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good week.